out here at the NFL Network studios. I'm Tatum Everett. Beside me is Daniel Jeremiah, the NFL Draft Analyst, NFL Network Draft Analyst. And your mock draft 2.0 came out. We had Deonte Banks from Maryland, a corner, going at 23 to the Vikings. And 3.0 came out and threw a wrench in it all. Hendon Hooker, a quarterback. Why did you change your mind?
Because I felt like I didn't want your life to be boring.
That's true.
Wanted to really kind of spice it up and add something here. So, look, Hendon Hooker is somebody that I really like as a player. So if you start there, I think he's going to be a long-term starter in this league. I wish he was younger. I wish he was healthier, not coming off of a knee. But the latest report I had is he's going to be ready in September and should be ready, to go at that point in time. So that's why I like Hendon Hooker. Mm-hmm. Obviously, nothing's done long-term with Kirk Cousins. So as long as that's a situation and as long as they've been doing their homework on this quarterback class, I don't rule out that possibility. So if you're trying to find a home for Hendon Hooker and you're looking for teams picking towards the back half of round number 1, you can make a strong case that the Minnesota Vikings would make some sense.
Why do you think that Hendon Hooker has risen on the draft boards recently?
Well, I think that the further you get away from what's wrong with Hendon Hooker and you remember what's right with him, again, I wish he was healthy. If he didn't get hurt, I think he'd be a lock as a first-round pick. Wow. I wish he was younger, but he obviously you can't control that at this point in time. I think now that stuff has been pushed to the side and teams are saying, okay, let's evaluate the player. Mm-hmm. This is someone who can make every throw. He's got a live arm. He's extremely athletic and mobile, can create and do things with his legs. The work ethic, character, intelligence, all outstanding. He checks all those boxes. And look, Tennessee's a place that hadn't been where he took him in a long time. Mm-hmm. And he got that place up and running and got him rolling. So he's got a lot of positives going for him. Yeah. There's a lot to like. And I think sometimes we can just sit there and say, okay, well, the injury, well, the age. It's like, okay, well, there's more to him than the injury and the age. There's a lot to like.
In fact, his former teammate is on the Vikings currently, left tackle Christian Darrisaw. They played together at Virginia Tech. They're friends, so they would have that connection as well.
Yeah, so he's free restaurants. He's going to know where to go,
right?
Get his groceries. He's all set.
There you go. I got a friend built in the situation. When you look at this draft and you think linebackers, you're looking at this draft class. It's not super, super deep. However, it's a position that the Vikings need. New defensive coordinator in Brian Flores. Is there someone that is out there that the Vikings could get maybe in the later rounds that would be a good fit for that?
Yeah, you hit it. It's not a great year for linebackers. Yeah. So, it's going to be, you're going to have some guys, mid-round guys. I think there's some intriguing names like Marte Mapu, which is, again, one of the best names in the draft.
Yeah, seriously.
Linebacker from Sacramento State. It's one of my favorites, who's got some length. He can run. He can cover. When you're looking for linebackers now, if you can't cover, you can't play. So being able to play downhill and thud off blocks, the stuff that we used to champion back in the day isn't really relevant anymore. This is like a safety hybrid type that can really run, can really cover. He's long. He had a pec. I believe he tore his pec after the Senior Bowl. So he's been down a little bit. Did not get invited to the Combine. Was one of the biggest Combine snubs in my opinion. Wow. But I think he's somebody that's probably going to go in the 3rd or 4th round.
Well, that's good news because the Vikings do have more picks there on the 2nd and 3rd day after they pick in the 1st round. Obviously, there could be a lot to move around with that. Yeah. When you go quarterback, offensive position in the 1st round, do you see them picking defensively for the rest of the draft, or why or why not?
I would say it'd be a pretty heavy slant on the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of work to be done there. So, yeah, I would say I'm always hesitant to say they're going to just stay exclusively at this position or this side of the ball because you don't know how the draft's going to shake out and how it's going to fall. But I would say in a perfect world, you get one impact player on offense wherever that comes, and I would say a pretty defensive dominant draft.
All right. Well, I think that Vikings fans will be happy to hear that. There's always been the question of quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the year.